the field goal. He's got the premiership.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Touchline, bringing you a new podcast called Between the Sticks, previously known as League Talk. We're going to be covering your normal NRL Rugby League content in regards to the news in the sport. How we doing, boys?
It's basically the same podcast, but we've changed the name.
Yeah.
Between the Sticks, I like the name. I like it.
I actually do.
It's got a nice ring to it.
Yeah, it does.
And it's been a while since we talked about Rugby League.
It's been the last time we spoke about it, I think there was a breaking news we
3
covered.
months ago. I think I
About,
checked
it was 3-4 months ago.
Yeah, it wasn't the grand final. No, I think it's when Josh had a cast on for Eels. Yeah, it was probably around
it was
that
like
time.
a week after the season or something.
There was something. But yeah, it's been a while. There's been nothing to really talk about.
You know, honestly, this preseason, no big dramas has happened.
No.
Yeah, nothing hasn't happened, to be honest.
Just the Ezra Mam situation.
Yeah,
like previously, like we've been doing this for a couple of years now. We've always had a league talk, as we previously called it, podcast each week after the season, because there was always something big to talk about.
Exactly.
Now, like shit, it's only been signing news and the Ezra Mam situation.
Yeah. And usually Bulldogs would always be in the headlines. There's always that with the Koi Haranara incident, Ockenball incident.
Forgetting
about the Elliott incident. Bulldogs are always in there.
Maguire
leaving, what's it called?
New South Wales as well.
For Broncos as
well.
That in the off-season as well.
Yeah.
So,
and even when they announced for Laurie Daley to come back as
a
Blues coach as well.
That's what's going to be covered in today's episode. I think it'll be a bit of a lengthy one, depending on how much we've got to talk about.
Yeah, exactly.
But let's get straight into it. Now, the Bulldogs in 2025. We somehow got the same squad heading into this season. Now, how do you think we're looking? How do you think we're looking for 2025?
Look, last year, bro, we had a good season. Don't get me wrong. We played well. The structure was good. Defensive was good. Attack was well. When it came to semi-finals, it was just like it felt short that time. You know, it is what it is. I think this year it's just only a slight little change because like you only got a couple of signings. So you got Satili Tupanua coming in from Roosters. You got Amon coming from Super League. You got as well Matoya returning back. Tuala as well. They bought that 21-year-old from Warriors as well.
Yeah, we got Saluka Fafita. That's
something. Saluka Fafita as well. So there's a lot of big signings coming in. But like I've seen videos and that, like the way how they're training and that, like it's pretty intense. I don't know if you saw the video a couple of weeks ago when they went at Core Stadium when they had to do what was it called? It was like a boot camp training, but more intense training.
They went
you know,
4 a.m. Running around the stadium and they went to the stadium running up every aisle of the stairs. Which is good to see. You know, they're putting in the hard work, and with the season around the corner, again, like. For us Bulldogs fans, we're going to be optimistic with the way things happened last season. We're going to always head into this season, of course, optimistic. With other seasons, we're always heading in a bit scared, not knowing what's going to happen. And we've got some key signings with, again, as you mentioned, some forwards that can really boost our attack, which has been the biggest problem for the Bulldogs at the moment. But if those forwards can gel, we can keep the same structure defensively and not fall off. You know, we've seen Cowboys and the Warriors fall off when they, no one expected them to make top 4, let alone make, top 8. So they made it, and that's the biggest task for the Bulldogs, is not to, get too excited that we're back. We just got to take it game by game, and then we see how it goes.
That's what worries me about the Dogs. That you look at Warriors, Cowboys, they did fall off when they did well, and they both made top 4. And that's something the Dogs need to learn from. We can't get too carried away. We can't get too excited. We've got a good team, great young team, and when you're a young team, you can get a bit too carried away. So if we can just surround it, get the players just to be focused, be prepared, don't do anything silly at the start of the year, and just remain focused and get the goals where we want to be in 2025. And that's how I see it.
Yeah, I feel like with the Doggies in 2025, it's as you're saying, we've got a few key signings. Like I've looked past key signings. I know what happens when we look too much into it and hope too much. It's nothing good comes out of it. I just want to see results this year, and I feel like Doggies will provide that this year.
Yes.
Now, a matter of where they're going to finish and how they're going to do this year, I think they will exceed how we went last year in 2024. Definitely top 4. Definitely playing finals. There's always the conversation about, has the Doggies overachieved? Have they achieved their best, meaning last year? Will they decline in 2025 going forward? I don't think that's the case. I feel like it's only going to go up for the Dogs, and I feel like as you mentioned, the training camp, the boot camp out of core, like things like that Ciro has implemented with the Dogs. It's only going to make us better and make us a side to be reckoned with.
Look, we're known to be a team where slow starters at the start of the season, and that could affect us heading to any season. We normally, win 2 games, 1 win out of 5 in our first previous years. And I think it's important we get more wins than defeats in our first 5 games. Last year, we only had 2 out of 5, which was not good. Yeah. You think about it, if we had beaten, if we were well prepared at the start of the season, that could have got us the wins to move into the top 4. So we need to make sure we're prepared well at the start and we get wins early on.
Yeah, and again, with that start of the season, we should have beaten...
was the last team?
Which one?
The Rabbitohs game.
So that was on Good Friday.
Was it 2 wins or was it?
There was 2 wins. We only beat Roosters and then we beat Titans.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so again, a quick start is important.
Yeah.
I think also we've got to look... be careful with Burden's goal kicking. We know that costs us a lot of points. Yeah. Not saying that it's his fault because, of course, we got to do much more to not put him in positions where he's under a lot of pressure. Yeah. But again, deciding whether Burden is the man to, take the goal kicks for us because, again, it did cost us some points. Not saying that it was his fault, but we've got Crichton who can take kicks. We've got Sexton who impressed me in that match against the Knights where his kicking game was on point. So, again, I think that's a department they got to look into heading into 2025. But personally, for me, I think they'll stick with Burden.
What I'm happy about the Dogs this year is that previous years we seem to, every time going to a season, we haven't signed the players we need. And I'm not saying we've signed the best forwards in the game, but we've addressed the positions where we need. We've signed Tupanua, we've signed Amon, we've signed a few of the
And now we've got Liam Thompson coming in next year as well.
Yeah, next year as well. So we've addressed that and now we can build on the future. Yeah. Whereas previous years we just struggled to sign forwards, struggled to sign halfback. We needed a fullback. Yeah. And now that we're addressing things each year, which it's great to see.
And look, and what we learned last year from the semi-final game against Manly, look, because 70-80% of that game, it was on us. Yeah. But it just fell short and it was just out of luck. It happens. That gives you a big motivation for this season that you can be 10 times better, you can fix up your defense better and your attack better. But when people told me, I know Bulldogs going to make top 8, top 4 this year, I said, I understand. But you need to get the right results. You need to have the right structure, the right plan, and then you're going to get the wins. Yeah, but you got to do it in a smart way, not in the wrong way, bro. You have to take one game as it comes because you don't want to just get excited and pumped up saying, we're going to win every game.
No, yeah.
It's going to happen. If you lose some games, it happens. It's normal.
That's right. Again, on that Manly game, I think that they're going to learn so much from that because, of course, normal games, yes, they can learn, but if we do make it to the finals, they're going to understand that, okay, in this last 10 minutes, we can't fall under pressure. We need to keep our defense. We need to not become lazy. And we got to, really grind at the game. And that's when Sexton comes in, Burden comes in. They got to, have proper kicking games, kicking it out in touch. They'll learn so much from that game. It's going to help them a lot. And I think if we do get in finals, we'll progress even
quickly.
further.
Before we talk about the jersey, did you hear the rumors about Reed Marnie this morning?
Well,
Gus, do you think it's true?
I heard about it.
Some people saying it's true and false, but Gus
I think it's false.
He said there's no rumours about it at the moment.
There's always going to be speculation in terms of rumours around the leagues. I wonder who wrote that. Maybe Buzz or something.
Yeah, it could be.
They got a habit of writing fake stories.
But anyways,
or Dean Ritchie. No, Dean Ritchie's a big one.
Oh, yeah.
That guy. Sorry, Dean Ritchie. It is.
He's terrible. What are your thoughts on the jersey?
Oh, yeah. The Heritage jersey, the new one. Doesn't look bad.
I bought it straight away. As soon as they revealed it, they sent me the notification, from the Bulldogs page. I said, you know what? I'm going to buy it. Why not, man?
It's very clean. I've always been a fan of Heritage jersey, the stripy ones. It reminds me of 2010.
2004 was it?
No, they had a 2010.
2010 versus the Dragons, that moment where Dragons were in Heritage.
2011.
One of
them.
It
was 2011. No, you're right.
Yeah, one of the years. I'm always a big fan.
It's a callback to the original.
The original version, yeah.
Oh, when they first rolled around the doggies. But you can't stuff up a striped jersey. That's why everyone loves it.
Yeah.
If you're stuffing up a striped jersey, man, you better find a new career in terms of your designer career or whatever. Too. The collars are a nice callback.
Like last year they did it too.
Even with the sponsor integration with Laundry Hotels bang up in the middle. Usually, with a logo with a written logo like that, it's easy to mess up because you can't really put any border around it. But they somehow found a way put as simple as putting a white border around the Laundry logo, and it looks like $1 million. But the jersey as a whole, I don't know if I'm going to buy it. I just bought $300 worth of Bulldogs merchandise for this year. But so I don't know if I'm going to buy it. Hey, if the doggies want to donate it, if you want this and that, hit us up. Our email's in the comment section. So, mad jersey.
Nah, it looks good.
It was good. It was a great event. The way they revealed it too,
Look,
at the 90 gala.
Yeah.
The way they revealed it, like
Yeah.
everyone was suited up and the Hall of Fame and like it was a mad event to reveal a jersey.
And on top of that, Hazelwood Masri was
yeah,
inducted to the Hall of Fame.
Well
So
deserved.
congrats
Very
to
well-
Hazelwood Masri, bro.
very well deserved.
Look,
man.
Bulldogs on the rise this
Magic.
year.
Yeah.
Another team on the rise as well this year for new coach is Michael Maguire. Now, let's talk about Reece Walsh, one of the players that did dip in form in 2024, and now he's had his say in regards to the media pressure that was put onto him, and even him being a father at a young age. They've all played a factor of why he couldn't perform in 2024. Now, could we see a better Reece Walsh? We've seen him matured last year. We didn't see a stupid Reece Walsh that were making dumb decisions on the field, but could we see a much better Walsh in 2025?
Yeah, could it's very, you can't really tell. I mean, like, we could talk about it now saying he's going to have his best year, then it turns out to be his worst year.
Yeah.
So, like, I hate to predetermine how someone's season's going to go, but all roads lead to him having a good season. Like theoretically, on paper, Reece Walsh should be the best player in the league right now.
Yeah.
But, yeah, look, if that's what it is, if life got in the way last year, like, I couldn't put it past him because if you look at the year prior, man, this guy was killing it. So, like, yeah, like, if get his personal life sorted, and I think this guy could be one of the best players this year.
Because you look at it, when he first joined the Broncos, really there was no pressure on him because, yes, he was an up-and-coming player. He was going to be one of the greatest fullbacks in the game, but he hadn't been established yet. So I guess the media pressure wasn't on him yet. He could just raise his daughter the way he wanted to. And considering how well he was in 2023, 2024, you're going to know there's going to be media on you. There's going to be pressure on you, and then therefore you have to just keep making sure you're raising your daughter the right way. And now I feel, like I've said, he's matured enough, and I think he's prepared. He's going to know the pressures that's going to be on him, and this should motivate him and just keep on playing the way he wants to play.
Look,
this year.
because since now Michael Maguire came into the club for Brisbane Broncos, I think that's why it's going to help him under Michael Maguire. That helps him out, like with his attitude, his personality, the way how he plays.
Because Maguire's old school.
Yeah, and Michael Maguire is old school mentality like person.
Still feel like he betrayed the Blues. But
Yeah, sort of. Yeah,
That's
obviously.
It's all good, bro. It's all good.
But anyways, like if he's gonna follow Michael Maguire's direction, I think he's gonna have a very good, successful year this year.
Yeah, and I think Reece Walsh under Maguire could help a lot.
Yeah.
I think he will set him straight. Maguire obviously knows he's a very good player, talented player. We've seen him in 2023, how good he was. 2024, it fell off for him. He was still decent. Like, don't get me wrong, he was still pulling up some tries and assists. But again, at times, your head's not screwed on right. We've seen so many players have a fantastic season, and next year they fall off. But I'm really... As much as I don't want it to happen because, again, he's a big threat when it comes to the competition. He can help Broncos win so many games. But, yeah, I really think he will have a good season. He has to have a good season because if he doesn't, that's back-to-back seasons where we haven't seen the best of Walsh. So I think the most important, not just in footy terms, but in anything in life, when your head's screwed on right and you're focused, nothing can stop you.
Let's be honest. All the Broncos team, all the players did bad last year. That
actually
defeat in the grand final did ruin their season last year.
It actually affected
massively.
Yeah, like injuries, suspensions.
Exactly.
The situation with Israel as well. Everything just built it up. Yeah.
And as you remember, now that's another issue. Their best player was probably Patrick Carrigan last year.
Yeah.
He played very well last year.
It's a big season for all of those players at Broncos.
Now, what's this about Joey Manu? I didn't see the notes earlier. I just got out of it now. But yeah, mid-season he might come back?
Mid-season, I was reading something on social media, and it's true that he wants to leave where he's playing
in Japan, rugby. Yeah.
He's just not adapting to the culture. The lifestyle is very different from here. So
is that what he said?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Because maybe he's not used to it. Because,
exactly.
Because Japanese people, they're very respected.
Different, man.
Yeah. And
so Joey Manu's not respected?
No, he is respected. But I'm just saying the Japanese culture is very respected.
It's not his culture.
Maybe it's not for him.
That's what
I think.
Yeah. It's just, it doesn't feel like home. If you went to another country and you're playing, you're not going to get the best out of your...
Exactly. So if you were to move to Japan, would you adapt to the culture?
Absolutely not. It's going to be hard.
It's hard, bro.
Yeah, obviously.
Look, whenever you get out of your comfort zone, it's always going to be tough.
Obviously,
again, if he really wants to make this commitment, stay there. Eventually, he's going to get used to it. When you adapt to things, everything starts to form the way it should be. Again, but sometimes when you're really not that happy and this might be him actually just, he can't do it. Like, he's not even going to try to do it. And he feels that he's made a mistake joining Japan Rugby League. And I'm never a fan of people switching codes. We saw Holmes 1 year, Hayne didn't work out for him.
Exactly.
The only one that did work out was Sonny Bill. He was managed to do it
He
successfully.
was used to it, yeah. But, for Joseph, look, the rugby union is actually very different compared to rugby league.
Yeah.
Their structure, their plan, like their game plan is different to us.
Yeah.
It's always tackling more than attack.
Yeah.
You know
So
what I mean?
Wiley's doing good at the Wallabies.
So, Sawali.
He's been doing. I've been watching a few of his highlights. He looks very good.
Yeah,
and he's enjoying his time there.
With Joey Manu, we always knew it. Like, with this news coming out before that, like, he always said that whenever I return, I'm going to come back to the Roosters, and even Roosters have agreed to that.
I think he should have extended his contract instead of going to the Japanese rugby.
Yeah, look, he probably saw a good opportunity arise. And sometimes, good money. Sometimes, yes, the money may be good, but he's not happy. So
and
sometimes
maybe it's
being
pressure
happy
too,
is more important than the money you're getting. So he probably, again, you're going to feel better in Australia. He's been raised up in here, so he's going to feel at home.
But I feel like he got pressured maybe too much, and when they paid him a lot
when
of
you
money to go to a different
big,
country.
Yeah, when you see the
it's
dollars.
hard, man. It's very hard.
Do you think, like, if he comes back to the Roosters, do you think it will change anything?
I don't think so.
Rooster season, you
For
mean?
the season,
the Rooster season,
Nah, look, he could play 5'8". Centre, I think maybe he'll come to Roosters, change of position. Yes, centre, he's been exceptional, but I don't know, maybe he would want a new change depending on Roosters season. If their 5'8" is not doing good, they need a change. So Manu's probably the good answer, but I think Roosters, regardless if he comes, I think they'll struggle.
I think it still would give him a boost. I think his presence and knowing, like, in the back of your mind, knowing he's returning, he's got very close friends there. So it could really give him the boost they need, because they are short on players with so many injuries in their team. But not that it will change their season, massively. Like, the season has even started, and a lot of people are predicting Roosters to fall out the 8. But you never know. They could be so good. Manu comes in, and that's an extra boost for them to, make the top 4, make the grand final. So it depends how their season's going. If they're doing bad, he comes in. I don't think it will help a lot. But if they're doing good, it will help a lot.
I just see with. Oh, go.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, because, like, if he does come back in the mid-season, because don't forget Sam Walker returns and
Probably
Brandon Smith as well,
too.
mid-season after the injury as
So
well.
all these players will
So
come
maybe
in.
it helps a bit, but who knows? We'll have to wait and see what's going to
I
happen.
just see with the Roosters squad that so many years we've predicted them possibly to win the premiership. They've been favourites in, like, the fans and experts' opinions. But I just feel if they can't do it with the team they've had in the last 4 years, how are they going to do it with this sort of team?
For this season?
And they're down
Yeah,
the
because with their signing, with their signing of Chad Townsend coming from Cowboys, he's only on a 1-year
Sandon
contract.
Smith is good, but he's not
good
the
enough.
answer. He's too young. You've got Tedesco and Tupou, only the experienced players in the back line.
And they all lost their big signings as well last year.
Yeah.
And they all went their own ways as well.
Left. They're short on troops, and I think the big problem is them to, just forget about all these critics and people predicting them to do bad. And who knows, they could surprise us. It's the Roosters. They have some good players too, Tedesco, Crichton. But again, it could go completely wrong. So we've got to wait and see.
Yeah, but Chad Townsend, like, do you think he's going to change it around?
Look, he's won a premiership. He's a good halfback.
Yeah, but that was like 8 years ago, 9
But
years
still,
ago.
even at Cowboys, I think he was pretty decent. He wasn't.
He was.
terrible.
Yeah.
But I think he'll bring some experience and
he will.
some quality into the team. But again,
But I don't think
Chad
anything's going to
Townsend-
change.
Chad Townsend is better than having Sandon Smith at halfback on his own.
Yeah,
You need
obviously,
that
I know.
experience, and that's what I've signed him.
Now, let's talk about Buzz Rothfield.
Yeah.
Now, he has claimed that one team is over the salary cap. Which team is it?
Melbourne Storm, do you
well,
think?
they're used to it.
It
They
can't
always
be. It
fall
can't
into
be
that.
Roosters. They've lost too many players for them to be over the salary cap.
Maybe Broncos.
No, it can't be Broncos.
Well, it can't be Bulldogs.
No,
There's no way.
Bulldogs signed good signings.
Tigers?
Tigers already. No, because they got like Luai and
but
Taruva,
could be off the cap.
Cyril May.
Tigers maybe.
But like,
Maybe
It can't be
Broncos,
tight.
but, like, don't forget they signed Ben Hunt.
Salary
Yeah,
cap
true.
can be paying your players too much. Isn't it?
Yeah,
If
yeah,
they had
that's
already-
what I
so it
think,
could be Broncos as well.
Like, going over the cap.
Melbourne, I've known.
I don't know what's the cap in NRL.
Is
Anyone know?
They increased it.
Is it
to
2 million?
be honest, I've got to check
So,
it out. I'm not sure.
because, like,
Not too
Maybe it's
how
over
much,
2 million.
how much
maybe.
did how much did Broncos pay Ben Hunt?
Bro,
He's
I really
he's
don't know.
surely on a big deal. Let's see.
Look,
They
think
must
about
have
Might
paid
be.
him extra,
I think I've heard someone say Broncos too, and we
You think
think
so?
story.
when you look at history wise, I think
11,
Melbourne
they have 11 million.
11
Oh,
million.
okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
said
Yeah, because when you think about it, because 2 million,
yeah.
it's
I
like
mean,
2
that's
players.
exactly. Look, history wise,
Yeah.
would say Melbourne because they've cheated multiple times.
Yeah.
Broncos, you could see, maybe they're paying a lot of because think about it, Broncos have big players.
Yeah.
Payne Haas would want big money.
Yeah.
Reece Walsh, you've got Ben Hunt now signing, so they've got a lot of big players that want.
My
big
guess
money.
is Broncos. Yeah, my guess is genuinely Broncos.
Even though they haven't signed him, they still can play. Yeah, pay their players
Broncos.
big money.
It can't be Melbourne because they only signed Tuka Manu.
But
That's
still,
it from
could be the
Tigers.
players they're still
Some
paying.
Munster, I think they've offered him a contract.
What
Yeah.
extension?
Papenhuyzen
Bro, they're all,
extension.
bro, it must be like shady deals under the table, man.
Could
Like
be
here's a
Broncos.
house,
Yeah.
here's a laundry hotel.
Wait, I need to get this up. I think you're right.
I think it could be Broncos.
Buzz did say
Tigers.
that.
Let's
Oh,
find
did
out
he
who it
actually
was.
say
I
that?
think he did say
Let-
that.
let-
said
Let's
the-
find out. Let's
Must be
find out.
shady deals because a lot of clubs do
Yeah.
it.
We
But, like,
saw
just-
Titans tried to do it.
Penrith
Doggies try to do it.
Roosters, yeah, and Roosters did
Yeah.
it. for
Doggies
Fafita.
try to offer Tino.
You think
yeah.
is it
Wow.
is it
Yeah, well,
Dragons?
they're-
Yeah, I
remember
remember
that
that
story?
ages ago. Yeah.
Offer shares in the pub.
Oh,
Yeah, shares in the pub.
What
yeah.
about Dragons? They've spent a lot.
It could be
Yeah,
there.
because
could-
they bought like
So
Gufferson,
let me
Cook
get
and
this
that.
up
Yeah,
because
but
What is
it
so?
can't be Dragons. I don't know.
Yeah, because a lot of clubs like to do shady deals. I mean,
Yep.
here's a house, here's a Lambo. It's
And
here's
Roosters are
half your
big for
salary.
it. Roosters have done it to a few plays actually.
A lot of clubs do it,
Yeah,
man.
a lot
of
clubs, yeah.
Heaps of clubs do this, man.
So is
But,
Buzz saying Broncos?
Now he's trying to see like
It can't be Melbourne. Maybe Broncos on the top of the list.
Because I saw Buzz did say, sorry, let me just get this up.
if you can't, all good.
Yeah.
But
But-
yeah, it's we haven't had a team actually in having a salary cap issue in a while. I can't remember the last time. I remember Melbourne got cheated off it.
And they got
Bulldogs
stripped off from their grand finals as
Bulldogs
well.
had their problems. I
That-
can't remember.
yeah, that was back in 02,
I can't remember
yeah.
the last time a team was, caught
Went over the salary cap,
It's
yeah.
been a while actually. I feel.
That's a good thing. Man.
I know.
Yeah, it is a good thing.
It
It's a
hasn't
good
been happening like that for over what 20 years since Bulldogs.
No,
since
it's
Melbourne actually.
Yeah, Melbourne.
That was back.
I
in
think Para were the last team. I can't remember. But,
Parramatta. No, because they sacked Brad Arthur.
Yeah, look, I guess we've got to wait and see.
Yeah.
If Buzz Rothfield is mentioning something, I think soon the NRL will crack it down and
Yeah.
get that club, and it could cost their season. You never know.
Now, a coach that might potentially join the NRL next year is Matty Johns. Now, his contract for Fox League expires this year, by the end of this year, and he's received a number of offers previously, and now I think there's an offer on the line for him to join a club. Do you think he makes a great NRL coach? Or should he just stay as an entertainer on Fox League?
And which team would he sign for?
Well,
That's hard, right?
I think Knights would be the club that's offered
Yeah,
him.
probably.
Because then is it Adam O'Brien,
Adam
the
O'Brien,
coach?
yeah.
Yeah. He's struggled. There's always been every season he's going to get sacked. But then eventually he does deliver and he gets to the top 8. But I think if there was an offer that would tempt Matty Johns, would be the Newcastle Knights. He loves the Knights.
Yeah, Matty Johns, when we see him talk about NRL, when we went to the Matty Johns show, and when I'm watching it at home, you can see he has knowledge and he knows what he's talking about. He dissects his game well. He understands the problems in each team. When he spoke about the Bulldogs, the way he when we went to it, the way he spoke about them was very intelligent. And I think he could have a potential role in coaching an NRL club. So I think we'd have to wait and see. Like, he probably has some doubts himself, and I think he mentioned before that he'd never go into coaching. But I think if an opportunity arises and he backs himself, in which I think he should back himself, because I think he has a lot of knowledge in the NRL.
Because he said, I'm not sure what the quote said exactly, but like he said, is it worth it to leave what I've been doing for the rest of my life after
media
he's
and all
retired?
that.
Media, he's enjoyed it, making people laugh. But he said even, I think Gus told him something back in the days, like previously a couple of years ago, about him potentially coaching, even if it's
Gus
like the
probably
under
sees it
18
too.
or
Yeah.
under 21s. They've said that he has like got potential to be a good coach.
He's got some great footy IQ, as Samuel
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
Like the way he breaks down games, next to none. Like you put him like. I'm not going to say next to Gus, because Gus is like the
Yeah, of
top of the
course.
food
Yeah, I
chain
know.
in terms of footy IQ. But this guy knows a lot about his footy.
Yeah.
But like, do I think he should be a coach? Not everyone with great footy IQ should be a coach.
Yeah.
I mean, this
Yeah.
guy's a better presenter than he is a coach.
100%.
Like the guy's, he's got like 3 shows. What? Matty
Johns show.
He's got a Thursday
And the
Saturday.
podcast
Is
as
that-
well.
Is
Yeah, yeah.
it a Thursday, Friday show and a Sunday, or is there only
I
2?
think so.
Thursday, Sunday.
Anyways,
Yeah.
the Matty Johns show, he's got a podcast. He's a
With
mad
Cooper Cronk.
presenter. Great presenter for Fox League. Man, he's made his way in Fox League. He's made his spot in Fox League.
Exactly.
He's made a legacy over there. So I feel like Fox League really need someone like Matty Johns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just someone who can break down the game like him. Like, I don't think anyone else can do the same thing he does.
Yeah,
he brings like funny elements to the show. He brings
Brings
the
full
footy
energy
IQ.
as well. Yeah.
He brings the energy. He works well with Fletch and Hindy. good chemistry there. So I feel like it'd be a massive loss for Fox League if they were to lose Matty Johns.
Exactly.
So they better re-sign him.
Yeah.
But then on the flip side of things, like a club could benefit from his knowledge.
And he might want a new challenge.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
never know.
But like, I feel like, losing Matty Johns in terms of Fox League losing him is like it'll do a lot of damage. I feel like to the league even.
So Fox League wouldn't they can't afford what a club would afford pay to him if they want him to stay.
No, they're just saying his contract expires. So
Can he signed a contract, he gets paid, but I'm saying, can Fox League, if they really wanted to keep him, match the contract what a club would offer him? So for example, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, definitely.
So
man.
it'll be
Definitely.
like
He could
a
probably
they might even pay more.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I reckon
Fox League.
I reckon he'll extend his contract. I reckon he stays as an entertainer and the show and everything.
better, man. He's better.
Bro, it suits him. It actually suits him.
Yeah, honestly. It
Bro,
suits-
and we went for that experience last year. That was one of the best shows
the
in
Matty
a very
Johns
long
show.
time.
Yeah, no, for sure, bro. That is his career. He's made his career for how long now, man? He's like Paul Vorden, Fatty from back in the day, like the footy show type of thing. Like, I don't think Fatty's ever coached. Has Fatty coached?
No, I think
he has.
Has he
Fatty has.
coached?
He's done it.
Yeah,
in the
that's
past.
right. Maybe
Yeah.
but I think
And I think
on a
Manny
club level, I
Yeah.
feel like some people are suited for certain roles, and
Yeah.
Matty Johns is a
He's
TV
had funny
presenter.
character. He's had that guy back. The
Red Dragon.
He's had some good moments. Man.
Now this is kind of old news, but like we haven't had a now it's called Between the Sticks podcast in a while. Laurie Daley appointed New South Wales coach.
That just gives
Quick thoughts on it.
Gives me just bad
bit
vibes.
depressing.
Bit
Yeah.
depressing. Just reminds me back in the days. Look, he's probably improved over the years. I don't know. I still think Queensland will
Like
get
when
it
we
this
signed
year.
Michael Maguire, I know a lot of people had their doubts, but I was very excited.
Yeah.
I saw what Michael Maguire did with the Rabbitohs team, won a premiership, and I understood that when you go to Tigers, a club that's struggling, it's very hard to do good yourself.
Yeah.
Came to the New South Wales Blues, I was so happy, and what he did to that team was extraordinary. Like with that season, that could go as one of the best Blues season
In a
an
long
origin
time,
period
yeah.
we've seen in a while.
Yeah.
2014 was another great year. But seeing Laurie Daley again, he's had his time, and
Well, he was the coach in 2014.
he
he was
to
a
be
coach
fair,
for a couple of years.
He's what he won, and he
ended
broke
the
the
drought,
drought.
to be
Yeah, he
fair,
did.
but look, again, I don't want to judge too quickly. You got to give him a chance again, but the game's changed.
Yes.
And I don't think his style might,
Suit the players and that.
the players suit the style we're in today. I don't know. I'm in the air. I don't want to judge him too quickly. I want to see how he goes, give him a chance. But yeah, I don't.
We said the same. I mean, I said the same thing about Madge
Maguire,
going into last year. I'm like, this guy's hopeless.
Yeah.
He couldn't do it with the Tigers. How is he going to do it with the team like the Blues on a big stage like Origin? I'm going to give Laurie Daley
a
the
chance.
benefit of the doubt, man. I'm going to give him a chance. I'm going to say, look, maybe this guy might change the squad. I mean, look, am I expecting big things this year from the Blues? Look, I don't know. I don't know if we can top last year, as you said, one of the greatest Origin seasons ever.
Yeah.
So, like, can Laurie Daley top that? Who knows? That's still a big question. But I feel like as a coach, still keeping the Blues values, I think it'd remain. The players will know how to play.
Yeah.
I mean, are we
got
going
experience.
to have a dominant performance like we did last year?
Yeah.
And so in terms of that last game, even I don't know, but I think he'll do all right. I think we'll do.
And we've got to understand he does have a better squad than he had before when he was Origin coach.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, I'm gonna give him a chance. I'm not gonna diss him or say that's the wrong move. Give him a chance, see how he goes first year, and then we'll see. We'll make a decision after that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Exactly.
Now, last thing,
Yep.
players' names on the back of the jerseys. It's been a big topic for the past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Now, are you for it or are you against it?
I like it. I think there's nothing like what's bad about it if you have a name under what's got in the back of the jersey. I'm a fan of it. I've always loved
the
it.
Super League do it, eh?
The Super League
Yeah,
do it.
Super League, they always
And look,
do it.
every sport,
We'd even do it for Origin.
I feel
Yeah,
weird.
Origin
Yeah,
always.
that's right.
Yes.
And it was the only sport that doesn't have names at the back of a jersey. Rugby union, do they do it?
No, they don't.
They don't. Well,
never do that.
regardless, I'm a fan of
Majority
it.
sports do it. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
It
So-
will attract more people in buying jerseys because of the
Yeah.
names at the back. Well, right now you can customize it, but who's bothered doing that because you got to pay extra. But I think with the numbers, the names at the back of the jerseys, it just brings something nice to the game.
No, for sure. But I feel like, I like it. I like the names at the back of the jersey. I've always said it since I was a kid. Like, why?
Yeah, same.
Why do soccer players have names at the back of their jerseys, but
Rugby League
don't?
doesn't have.
NRL
Yeah.
does. You know what I mean? I've always
Yeah.
said it. And now that it's a conversation, and now that the Bulldogs, out of all clubs, want to petitioning for it.
Yeah.
It was so weird that the Doggies wanted it out of
Yeah.
all the clubs. But anyways, now that they're petitioning for it, like, I want it, but I then I thought to myself, like, you see it from the other side, like, why would you be against it? Now, the sponsors at the back of the jersey, I think, for instance, now it's KFC for the Dogs.
Yeah.
It's either going to be smaller or it's going to be removed.
Yeah.
So like that
could
might
affect
that might pose as a bit of a threat to like
To the sponsors.
putting names at the back of the jersey.
Yeah.
And another thing is like that I've been hearing online is the jealousy from the players. Like
what way?
say like for instance in the Bulldogs case, who's the most famous? Let's say Critter.
Yeah.
Every
gets
kid has a
really
Critter at the back of
yeah.
his at the back of their jerseys. They have his number, they have his name there, and then you got no shot at Jacob Carraz, but Jacob Carraz gets jealous because Critter's got all the kids on the back of their jerseys. Like that's a bit of jealousy. That's a bit of tension that might happen within the club. I'm not saying that will happen. But that's just one thing. That's one element. You know,
I think. Look, they're all like. I know what you're trying to say, but like they're all grown up.
100%.
Yeah, I know. It's just
everyone loves money, but everyone loves money
exactly
because obviously they're gonna get a cut from their name.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to say.
Exactly.
So, for instance, in this analogy, Carraz gets jealous that he's not getting more money than Critter is.
Exactly because
do you know what I mean?
I know you mean.
And they should also sell, like on that point. I think they should because when you go to a Bulldog store, any Rebel or anything, they don't have the numbers and then the numbers, let alone the names, because we don't have names right now. They don't have the numbers at the back. And when you look at Premier League, they all have the numbers, the name, and it's a good way to collect. So, for example, I got the Thurston 2015 jersey with his name and number, and it allows me to remember, that's the year that they won the Premiership.
You know what I was thinking about the other night too.
What is that?
Say, for instance, you have a player's name at the back of your jersey, and then he gets caught up in some sort of drama, his name is tainted now, and you're stuck with a jersey from 2025 of a player's name that we all hate.
Like Ocean, for example.
For instance, man or something. Or no shots at man, but like that, you know. Anyways, but for instance, you're stuck with that name for the rest of whatever, rest of your life, bro. Like you wanna look back at your jersey from 2025 and say, "Fuck, bro, I got that guy's name at the back of my jersey. I don't like him."
And then it goes,
and there goes 150.
That's all.
I'll just get Bashar to steam cleaner for me.
Name removal.
Do you do that actually, Bart?
No.
Anyways, that's a wrap up for Between the Sticks, our first edition of our new podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed as usual. If you're new here, hit the like button, hit subscribe, comment down below. Make sure you're following us on Spotify. And other than that, that's been us. To the next episode.